There you go. Here's some. Is that good? Found a stray dog, y'all. We'll get to what we're doing in a minute. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Hang on, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. There we go. That's a good girl. You're that a good dog. Yes, you're a good puppy. Alright. Now, what are we doing? Welcome to the channel, guys. Just, made a new friend. Had to, you know how it is. She looked hungry, so we fixed that. Anyway, welcome to the channel. Welcome to my house. For the next 24 hours, 36, something like that. This little spot right down here by the river will be my home. Yup. Brought a whole bunch of toys. I brought my kayak. I'm gonna be camping out in the tent. I'll be camping out in the camper, and brought me a canopy for some shade, and brought my kayak and the drone and a few other little toys. Maybe have a little bit of fun while we're at it. So anyway, guys, if you like adventure, if you like outdoors, if you like stray dogs, yeah. We'll have some more a little bit later. Yeah, we'll have some more snacks later. Anyway, you've come to the right place. If you like those things, you're here. All right, I've got one deep ravine that I've got to get through. Got to get the truck through, get down there, and get started getting set up. And me and my new buddy right here, we're gonna have us a night out on the riverbank. We're going camping. Well, it looks like I've got the truck down here. Has a deep ravine. I was on 3 wheels for a minute there, and my new friend followed me. So yeah, apparently we're gonna be hanging out for a little while. But anyway, I'm gonna set me up a really nice little camp right here, right by the river. Done been picking up some trash already. You know how that goes. Seems like everywhere I go, I wind up picking up trash. But that's life, right? That's life. You want it clean, you gotta clean it. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, little girl? You trust me yet? Will you come to me? Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, good doggy. Yeah, you're a good dog. Yeah, she likes that butt scratch, don't you? Yeah, I hear. I know. Alright, I guess I can't play with the dog all evening. You know how it is, though. She's very friendly. Anyway, alright, I need to get the kayak unloaded, get it out of the way and in the water or next to it, and get started setting up. Yeehaw! At least this time I don't have a whole lot to do. Don't have a tent to worry about. All I'm going to do is put up a little canopy for some shade and fix me up a nice little place. Okay, well, I've got me a nice little base camp set up. Very nice indeed. Very nice. I like that. Kind of cute. As far as, campsites go, Figured I'd put this panel up, a little bit more shade. Of course, won't matter here in a little while. The sun's headed that way. It'll be all shade here in a little while. But for now, I figure I don't need lights right at the moment. Don't need none of that other stuff done. It'll keep. So I figured I'd go ahead, take the kayak out, take you guys for a little spin real quick. Just kind of cruise around a little bit and maybe get our feet wet, that sort of thing. Well, guys, what do y'all think? Did I pick a decent little spot or what? I even hear a train coming. He's way over that way, though. He will be. He's way up that way now. He will be way over that way. Very nice out here, though. Very pretty. Nice little spot to kind of, just paddle around, that kind of thing. Nice and calm water. One-handed even. I think I can go upstream one-handed in the kayak. Tried this in the raft the other day. Had a time with it. But this seems to be working okay even one-handed. Pretty little spot over there. It'd be a good spot to camp, wouldn't it? Post up right over there on that little sandy bank. Alright, I guess I'm gonna get off the I'll turn the camera off and kind of cruise up the river a little bit. We'll just let the current carry us back down. That sounds like fun. Look at that. I'd hate to have been in there when that found its way down here. It's like, what is it, a Jeep Liberty? You can hear the road right up there. It's came straight off and just tumbled over the hill. Looks like it must have had some decent tires on it. Somebody came back and got the tires. It's wild, isn't it? It's wild. The breaker box over there. Very nice, isn't it? Very nice. Just about at the limit where I can keep an eye on my stuff, you know, at camp. It's right there. Down that way a little bit. Just paddling around, having some fun. Getting my feet wet. You know how it is. This is nice though. This is really nice. Just get out and play on the water, you know, just on the last final days of summer. You know, it's 90 degrees today, but you know, we've got, what, about another week now at this point, and we'll have highs in the 70s, so fall is right around the corner, and this is probably the last chance to get out and get the kayak out and get wet a little bit. So yeah, the water's not really that deep. I could see the ground most of the place. I can't right here, but a lot of it I could, you know, coming up I could see rocks and, you know, waist deep, that kind of thing. All right, let's get back down to camp. I am starving to death. I'm gonna go fix something to eat and move on with the evening. Dinner is started. We're getting there. I got, let's see, I got some roast beef simmering in there. Let that brown a little bit. Turn it. And I got some Swiss to go on top. And some butter bread. Not really sure what butter bread is, but it sounds good. Let's see if we can, it's about 4 or 5 small thin slices. There we go, 7 or 8 thin slices. That should work well though. Alright, I'll be right back. Get my channel my inner Gordon Ramsay here, y'all. Okay, dinner is served, y'all. I feel like toasting the butter bread, you know, may have been showing off just a little bit, but you know, okay, whatever. Anyway, look at that melty cheese. Just look at that. Yeah, you sit right in there. There we go. Only toasted one side. I did get a little lazy. That is good. Let's see. Look what a view though for dinner. Look what a view. That is really nice, ain't it? This will be my view all night tonight, and all in the morning too. Get out early in the morning, take the kayak out. I got the GoPro mount on the front of it, got it ready to go. Sandwich getting cold waiting on Amazon. Figure as soon as I pick it up, don't it? Go on. Alright, Amazon, you are really getting on my nerves. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off here and enjoy my sandwich and have some dinner, watch a little TV, and I guess I need to go get some firewood. It's gonna be dark soon, and I found a box and some garbage that I picked up, handful of, you know, paper cups and things I picked up. Yeah, there we go. That really hit the spot. It really did. I needed that. I got one more pack of the meat, the roast beef, little packs. I had 3, but to be honest, I gave the first one to the dog that was down here, and I don't know where she went to. I figured she'd come back about, you know, smelling roast beef, but maybe she's not a stray. Maybe she went home. There's a little holler right up here, so she may have just went home. But anyway, alright. I've got my firewood cut. Figured I'd better hold off on, you know, TV time till later. Figured I'd better go ahead and get my firewood cut and get my mount, get it ready, test it to see, you know, how well I can put the GoPro on the little kayak and take it out and, you know, have some fun with it. Show y'all some pretty sunset, sunrise. I'm hoping tomorrow morning will be misty, you know, foggy and all that good stuff. Hopefully. But tonight should be good though. Tonight should be fun. I've got me a nice little setup. Bed looks good, you know, comfy in theory. Yeah, TV, campfire. Can't think of anything else I need. Got everything seems to be under control. So I guess I may as well, since I've got a little bit of time to kill, I do believe I'm going to put the GoPro on the mount and give it a little test run. Oh, I was sitting there, I was going to tell you, I was sitting there a little while ago, and this hawk came down right at the edge of the water. I don't know what he was after, but I mean, it just looked really cool. He just, boom, missed whatever it was. I don't know what he was after, but he took back off again. I was like, wow, that looked impressive. You know what I mean? It looked cool. But there was a bunch of geese out here earlier, you know, just kind of paddling around, and it's, yeah, very nice, very relaxing place. But anyway, all right, let's get the GoPro on the kayak and get the paddle out, and let's go take it out and see if we can get some pretty video or not. Very nice little end of summer adventure. Won't be long. All this will be frozen over, and there'll be snow and ice as far as you can see. Little boat makes a wake. It'll get there. If you're willing to do the work, it'll get you there. There's that car I found earlier. That had to be rough, didn't it? Rolling off of that hill like that. Hopefully there was no one in it, or got out anyway, hopefully. It looks like they've opened the back up. Came out that way. Huh. Somebody had a really bad day, didn't they? Really bad day. Good little workout. How's it going? Can't complain. Right there's my shallow. Right there. Good shot. Alright. We are back. We are back and the feet are officially good and wet. My little buddy's back. You still hungry? You like buttered bread, huh? She likes that. Want some more? Some cheesy poofs and some Swiss cheese. Yeah, that's pretty good, ain't it? That's a good day. That's a good, yeah, now we're friends now. We're buddies now. Yeah, we're buddies now. Swiss cheese is something to bond over. Well, guys, what do y'all think? Too weird or, you know, cozy? What do y'all think? I kind of like it. It's a little different, I'll admit. It's a little different. But I kind of like it. It's kind of cozy. You know? I think I got, you know, should be good to go. I got TV and, you know, power, lights. Attracting bugs already. I got plenty extra light on right now for the GoPro. They don't do well in low light, so I made sure to pretty much turn everything on. That one. Look at that. That looks halfway decent, don't it? Looks kind of cozy. I use that word too much, maybe. But that one's on, that one's on, that one's on, that one's on. And a 75 watt light bulb overhead, just to make sure. TV down here, and got my fire going. Got him cooking real nice. There, hang on, let me get some light real quick. I got one laying right there. Not sure what the species is, but I used to have a fireplace, and I know the wood when I see it. It's kind of like punky wood, they call it, you know, like a lot of sawdust. You can rub it and it turns to sawdust, kind of. But I got those big ones around there, those, and I got plenty more to ignite it with, so I should be good to go. Should have plenty fire for the night, I do believe. It looks pretty good, don't it? Just a whole bunch of nothing. It's exactly what you want. A whole bunch of nothing. I like it though. I kind of like that. What's it look like through the window? We're like peeping toms or something, y'all. Peeping through the windows. What's he doing? What's he got in there? Well, yeah, I saw just before the sun went down, before it got dark, you know, which there's still a little tiny bit of blue in the sky. Well, you can't see it on camera though, can you? You have to take my word for it. There's a little tiny bit of blue in the sky, but it won't last long. It'll be like dark out here real soon. Right on the water though, ain't we? I see all kinds of little minnows all over the place there, just laying on the bottom. Nice truck. Sounds like it. But yeah, everything seems to be in order, near as I can tell. Plenty wood, nice fire going. Lights seem to be good, power levels. TV's on, no problems. Okay, let's enjoy a little bit, kick back and enjoy, watch a movie. I started to watch one and then took the kayak out and, you know, just kind of turned the TV off for a while. Got my little, you know, utility shed right there. You know, got all my stuff in the shed. I like the little fire though. I like the logs around it. I think it looks good. You know, it's really just to kind of warm them up, you know, preheat them a little bit. But I like it. I think it looks nice. It looks very inviting. You know, as far as, you know, campfires, you know how they are. It just looks very inviting. You just want to sit down beside of it and sip on hot chocolate or something. Looks good, doesn't it? But anyway, alright, I thought I would, you know, update or something. It's about 11:30, and I do believe that I have squeezed just about all the juice you can get out of one day. Pretty sure. I just put the TV away a few minutes ago. It took me like 3 or 4 hours to watch that movie. It's a good movie though, U-571. Pretty good movie. It took me forever to watch it though, you know, playing with the fire and doing different things. You know how it is. You know how camping is. Everything takes a little bit longer. But anyway, I am pretty much worn out. I've just about had it for the day. I'm gonna crawl in my little bed and get ready to call it a night. Okay, I'm all tucked in my snuggly little bed. Not all of the room in the world in here, but you know, there's enough. There's plenty of room to sleep anyway, right? How much room do you need to sleep? But yeah, pretty cozy little setup. Still got my power bank on, got the internet on for now. But yeah, not bad, not bad. Got my windows locked, you know, my back gate, got it locked. Of course, you know, we're not exactly, you know, helpless, we'll just say. Put it this way, if there were a zombie apocalypse tonight, the zombies would be at an extreme disadvantage. We'll put it that way. All right, good night, everybody. See y'all in the morning. Good morning. It's early, and it's a little after 7. It's early. I'm starting off my day right, though. A campfire and a hot cup of coffee. We're getting the day off to a good start. Oh, that's good. Just warms you all the way down. That's good stuff. Anyway, the mountains are a little bit misty. You can see some mist up there on the mountains, but not so much on the water. It's kind of pretty though, isn't it? It's kind of pretty. I see some really interesting things from here. The sun, see how the sun, just a little sliver right through there. How pretty that is. It won't be long It'll be sunrise pretty soon. And another thing, you see those green, you know, green vine-covered trees right there? All the vine-covered ones. Just to the right of it, all the way up. There's a limb hanging out, just a dead limb with no leaves on it. There's an owl sitting on the end of that limb. He's been there for about 20 minutes. And he's just sitting there looking around. That is really cool. Just way out over the water on a limb hanging out there. That feels incredibly good. You know, it's not like it's super cold out or anything, but it's cool enough to be a little bit chilly, you know, here in the shade. And I'll be honest, man, that feels really good. Hot cup of coffee. Got me a nice little campfire sitting by the river. Just had a great night. My little my little fortress. Nah, I ain't doing no fishing. Just camping. Good luck. What are you after?
Anything I can catch.
I heard that, brother. I heard that. Good luck. Well, guess what? It is sunrise. The sun has come up. And it's time for that morning cruise, that sunrise cruise I promised you guys. We got some neighbors over here. They seem nice. So, yeah, they keep an eye on the stuff. We're ready. Not too shabby of a morning. Not too shabby at all. That's where I saw that beaver at yesterday. He's in here somewhere. He ain't went too far. Right over there's the car. Right there's the crashed car. We'll go on up a little bit. Just look around. Some kind of old mining equipment. Right there. Go on. Right there, some sort of old mining equipment. Not really sure what it is, but it's there. About all I can tell you for sure, it's there. Nice looking little spot right over there. I have some other camping spots just upstream from here. About 500 yards if I remember right. I think I checked it. But there's shoals right below it. And I don't know if we'll be able to get to it or not. That's probably the shoals right up there. Look how nice that is. Okay, glasses back on. There we go. I can see you again. We covered a little bit of ground. All upstream too. But the kayak seems to be slicing right through it like butter. Imagine that. Alright, let's head back down. We've got plenty of room to paddle around in down near camp. I just wanted to kind of come up and explore a little bit while I was out. You got to explore, right? That's half the fun. See the shade coming back up again. Right about there. Glasses back off. Y'all notice the leaves falling? It's getting there. We aren't quite ready for fall, but you can definitely see a change in the trees. There's a lot of yellows and starting to see some golds and oranges and stuff. About to get real pretty around here. I can see camp. Perfect shot. Perfect shot. And the phone dinged. It's about 70 degrees now. Sun's up. It's about 9:40, but I you know, it feels much later than that to me. You know, I've been up for hours. Yeah, I burned a whole stack of wood. You know, it seems like it's, I don't know, early afternoon or something. But nope, 9:40 still. I noticed my neighbors, I got some neighbors doing a little bit of fishing. This one here hooked one a little while ago. I think it was a turtle. They mentioned turtle too, so they're thinking the same thing. There's a bunch of them in there. Like I said, last time I fished right where that guy's sitting. Caught one fish and 11 turtles. I think I've caught about 18 turtles this year. That's why the fish jumped right there. That's why I didn't even bother with bringing a fishing pole this trip, which I knew I wouldn't have a whole lot of time. You know, just, you know, in, set up camp, spend the night, do some kayaking and camping and fix dinner and, you know, that kind of thing. Different plan. No fish involved this time, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's about time pretty soon to go ahead and start getting everything torn down and packed up and loaded and relinquish the site to the next human. You got to share the planet with other humans, I suppose, huh? And that is that. Everything all loaded up and packed and ready to go. Kind of was just thinking, you know, as I was standing there just kind of looking around, you know, summer almost gone. There won't be many more days like this. Did she get one? Oh, she got a stick. And I was hopeful. But like I said, there won't be many days like this. It'll soon be getting cold. Grab the last little bits of summer while you can. Before you know it, we'll be freezing to death. Alright, let's get out of here. We seem to be ready to go. Thought I'd show y'all this fun little trail. Nice little ravine. Right there. Number 412 on the places, list of places you definitely should not take your truck. But I think we're going to make it anyway. Almost out. Loose. Two-wheel drive. Alright guys, thank y'all for coming along. Very much appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoyed the little trip. Hope you enjoyed the little trip, getting out and, you know, have a little adventure, have some fun. Anyway guys, until next time, we'll see you later, and Leo out.